And we are live. Welcome to the should be real estate humor meme stream. We call it the real estate meme stream. And this is a time where we just have some fun regarding real estate. If you can't laugh at yourself, you take yourself too seriously. This is a tough business, but you also need to enjoy it along the way. And it's a lot of fun. It's entertaining. I've been in this business for a long time. I'm Bill Gross. I'm a real estate broker in Los Angeles, California. And so what we do is we collect real estate meme streams. This program is done in conjunction with a Facebook group called, let me pull it up here real fast, called Real Estate Humor. And there you'll find a collection of different memes and people's points on humor. Love to have you participate in it, Real Estate Humor. And people post theirs. And then some are not ready for prime time, and so we're going to skip those. And so what I do every week is I save some of them and present them to you as something to talk about. Now, this is live, but if you're watching on any of our social media, on YouTube or on my Facebook, feel free to jump in. Love to have you participate. Love to have you wisecrack. Love to have you. I might have to throw you off if you're funnier than me, so be careful. You can be funny, just never be funnier than the host. Your job is to make the host look good. So this is 30 minutes. We're not lead generating yet. We're not doing business yet. This is really just to have some fun. So if you're ready for some fun, put in the chat box, let's do this. If you like this, like it. If you want to see us regularly, subscribe. And we will get started now with our first of the real estate memes. So, whoops, where are we here? We lost our spot. There we are. Okay. So, homeowner, he just needs to sniff your hand. He's so don't worry. You know, I'm not a dog person. My wife has a dog. That should give you a clue to where my life is. And you go to people's houses and they have these dogs look like this. I worry all the time. Sorry. And the best is when they're in the fence and the owner's not around to see them. Oh yeah, there's a lockbox. Don't worry, the dog won't bother you. And you got to get through that. Yeah, for me, that's just a no-go. So, okay. So let's go back to the streams and the next one. That one just makes me nervous just looking at it. Okay, 9 p.m. when you're a real estate agent. Unfortunately, this was me. Number one, a lot of carbs, bad. Bread and pasta, not necessary. You know, if you had less pasta, more meat, it would probably be a healthier meal. And then I would put too much dressing. But the main thing is 9 o'clock at night, I'm sitting down for dinner at 9 at night. And then on top of that, while having dinner, reading the MLS or looking at property or calling a customer or something. That's the funny part of the deal. So, yeah, that was me for a long time. Not, just unstructured hours. I will say, as I got older and learned how to control my schedule, made all the difference in the world, both in terms of success as well as getting more out of the business. But this is, for too many of us, this is definitely how life is. Okay, next. This is a classic meme from Mad Men, and then they changed the text on this one. Hey, honey, you can't divorce me. We have a 2.5% mortgage rate. So the humor behind this one is that this is affecting our inventory. A lot of people own houses, have a lot of equity, refinanced a couple years ago, and have a 2.5% rate. And so if they sell the house and buy even a smaller house, the amount of the loan they have go from 2.5% to 6% or 7%. The amount of money they're borrowing, that portion of that loan payment could double or triple. People can't go anywhere. And then if you're, getting divorced or have a partner, the challenge of selling is what you do with the money or where you're going to live. That's the bigger challenge. So, yeah, I don't know that I would say that to my wife, but even I know better than that one. But how about you? Do you make those kinds of mistakes? Next. When the listing agent is present for your showing and your buyer shows too much excitement. Classic. You show them the property, and the buyer should just go around and maybe ask questions. But, this is great. Oh, we'll love living here. And the seller just watches, or the selling agent just knows that they're getting leverage in whatever negotiations there are. So, yeah, you can't do that, but you want to tell your customer to be quiet when you're with the other agent. It's really just not going to help them in the long run. Okay, next. Agents trying to keep the deal together when the parents get in the mix. So first off, just in general, real estate feels like the analogy I would use rather than this one is if you ever watched the Ed Sullivan Show and there was a guy who was spinning plates on a stage. I'm gonna see if I pull it up real fast and see a visual of that. Yeah, here it is. This is more the idea I have in mind.
Time for our first performer.
So this is more the style I feel. The guy adds a plate on, he spins it, so you have your appraisal going, you have your inspection going. I don't know why my internet's all of a sudden slow me because I'm doing a video. And next thing you know, you're trying to keep this plate going and that. And then you have a second escrow and a third. I have 6 pending escrows. So this is what my workday feels like. I'm running around trying to keep up all those spinning plates. So yeah. Anyhow, that's real. That is real. Okay. So yeah. So this doesn't quite do the same for me as the spinning plates. How about you? What does your real estate day feel like in your business, especially with multiple escrows? Okay, this is a classic one. I love this concept. You see these arguments these statements all the time. What I learned in real estate school is how many sections in a standard township. You ask anybody who had the real estate license in California, in my experiences, they'll tell you that a acre is 43,650 square feet, 43650. They have us memorize that because on every single test. What they don't tell you is what to do when the lockbox doesn't open. That's embarrassing. What to do when you walk in on a naked tenant. I never had that happen. That would be something to look forward to. And how to console a buyer who's lost out on 50 properties. They don't teach you how to do that. Basically, the license is how, I don't even know to describe it anymore. It used to be how not to get sued, but I'm not sure that it does that effectively anymore. So it certainly doesn't teach you what's really like. People complain it's so easy to get your real estate license, and there's some truth to that. But I don't know that any class would ever be enough for the varied skills it takes to be a real estate agent. Okay, here's one. Selling with me is that a Bentley? I think it's or a Rolls Royce. And selling this. I think that in all things in life, unfortunately, we pretty much get what we pay for. Generally speaking, that's always true. And there's nothing like going by a seller who's selling his house on his own. I used to go to FSBOs every day, and the way home from work, 5 days a week, I would call in the morning for expireds and for sale by owners, and in the afternoon I would pop in on any if I didn't have appointments. And so whenever you go to the for sale by owner, they're so proud of their flyer, they're so proud of their sign. And the truth is, if they saw an agent with that, they would say it looks Mickey Mouse. So this is kind of a funny thing. And if you ever had a seller who was a sell by owner, you took over, complained about things, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, what's next? Oh yeah, here's one. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Imagine came home inspectors the moment their kids wanted to buy a house. The phrase I was taught is that it's a third base coach. That you have somebody that you're trying to tell what to do, and then the third base coach is saying, stop, and you want the runners to run through this third base coach and do what they're supposed to do. So, yeah, I mean, you want people to be happy with the house, and there are fathers that have knowledge on these things. The problem is it's not the parents get involved, it's the parents somehow. I think that we all have to be careful about saying things we don't really know about. And it's not so much for me inspectors, but on the contracts and financing, I'll have parents or advisors say things that they don't know what they're talking about. And then now you're in an uncomfortable position of having to correct somebody that's important to them while giving the right advice to your customers. So yeah, that's a real thing in real estate. Okay. My advice to buyers when you love the house but your spouse doesn't. New spouses are easier to find in this market than houses. You learn a lot about married couples when they shop for property. I will say that when we bought houses, for the most part, my wife and I worked through it. We found what we liked together, and I knew what she wanted. And I think if you're committed, you know that, and you find what they're going to like. But if you like something and your spouse doesn't, it's probably a sign of a bigger problem than the housing market's tight, I would think. I don't know. Call me crazy. Okay. How realtors shower with multiple escrows and are waiting on an offer response. So this is really multiple offers, I think is what the word wants, and you're waiting for an offer on a response. So this is real. I mean, when you have an offer out, you know it's competitive. You're watching your phone, or your email, your text. Why haven't they responded yet? You know, they're supposed to get back to you by 1 o'clock today. Why haven't they got back? And so here's what, it's funny. She's, you know, taking a shower watching her computer, but maybe we're not quite that extreme, but that is how it feels at times. Again, if you watch this on live stream, feel free. I see some of you in the YouTube and on Facebook. Feel free to put your comments in, questions, jokes, and which of these you like and which ones you don't like. Okay, here's one. My face before telling my client the offer's accepted. I have to tell you, that's exciting. Now, there are some times you call the customer and you wonder, does the buyer still want the property? Or does the seller still want to sell at that price? So generally that's the phase of excitement because you feel like you're going to get paid. You hit a big hurdle. Getting a buyer or seller to agree, it's always different. When you write the offer and the other agent says, oh yeah, well, it won't be a problem, or you're the seller and the selling agent, they tell you they're going to submit an offer. There's a world of difference between that and actually getting it accepted. But when you have it accepted, that's the feeling most of the time. But sometimes that can be premature. So don't let that be premature for you. Okay. You want a cozy, secluded 20-acre farm surrounded by hills, trees, streams, with walking distance of shores, restaurants, schools, theaters, and hot night spots. So, yeah, that's kind of when you sit down with when I was a newer agent, I worked at a real estate company that really prided themselves on consults with first-time buyers. And that was kind of the experience. I think that when you're too aggressive as a salesperson chasing buyers, the buyers really aren't that motivated. And you want to work with people who are motivated. And that way you don't waste your time, you don't waste their time. I think sometimes people don't know when they're wasting their own time. And there are some people I would say, listen, if you just enjoy looking at open houses, and there's nothing wrong with that, that's a thing. The people enjoy, the houses are pretty, they look nice, people treat you nice. I'll give you the list every week of all the open houses. And I even set for you to go to the broker open houses if you want to. But just know where you are. But it is kind of funny. You sit down and people list off a bunch of things. And then you show them 3 or 4 houses in the market. Well, yeah, I want that, but I just want to pay 20% less than the market price. As if, real estate was, athletic shoes that go on sale for Memorial Day. It just doesn't really work that way. So, okay. So those are the memes I have for this week. What do you think? What's your favorite joke in real estate? What's some interesting things that have happened to you? If you watch this on recording, feel free to comment on it. We watch those comments. If you have a great real estate meme that you like, feel free to put it into the Facebook group we have, Real Estate Humor. And we have 69,000 members in the group. And the only criteria is it's got to be fun. Actually, there's some rules. But the bottom line one is let's have some fun. And we do this before we start our day on Wednesday mornings, 8 to 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm Bill Gross, Real Estate Broker Los Angeles. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.